Hi Aries, welcome to your big picture overview for September 2023. I'm going to keep this reading really simple. I'm going to be using three major arcana cards. The first one that we pull will be the situation as you see it, things as you see them. The second card is the obscuring factor or veil. And the third card is the potential for what things really are, as opposed to how you see them. So we're kind of zooming out. We're going from the individual view, looking at what's kind of blocking our vision or obscuring our vision, and then into a wider view of the situation. Right. So I'm just going to give a quick shuffle. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Always very nice. Give the algorithm something to chew on, if you like. Give this video a thumbs up or a comment or anything you like, and subscribe if you want. That would be nice. Nom nom nom. Okay, one more shuffle. I'm going to divide the pack into three piles. I'm going to take the top card from each pile, and I am taking reversals for these readings. Okay, there we go. Okay, so card number one, Temperance. Phew. Things as you see them. Temperance, so balance, stasis, things, the flow of energy being, oh sorry, it's not temperance, what am I talking about? It's justice. Oh dear. Okay, they're not a million miles apart from each other. They're both angels, but yeah, brief look, I got that wrong. This is justice. Okay, but again, a similar sort of feeling of things being steady, and perhaps of you being in the right. Okay, let's move on. The Hierophant and Judgment. Okay, right. Well, something's up for re-examination. In reality, something is not finished. Judgment is the second to last card of the major arcana. We have to go through this process. We have to go through the big reckoning before we get to the world, which ends the cycle to begin a new one. So there's further to go on whatever this is. Perhaps you are kind of holding on to the idea that that you're right about something. Perhaps there's a sort of faith that justice will prevail in whatever this is for you, whatever your situation is. And with the Hierophant here in the upright, you might be right. You might be right. But it's really interesting here because justice is to do with the law. Okay, and the law is completely human constructed on the basis of kind of common law, common decency, common morality, what is and isn't done. Okay, and that translates into our legal system in order to sort of protect us from each other. Okay, that's what that's for. So we've got a legal kind of framework going here, and here we've got a spiritual framework. The Hierophant or the High Priest, the counterpart of the High Priestess. When the High Priestess is on the table, we're talking about something internal. We're talking about inner knowing. When the High Priest or Hierophant, or Il Papa as he's called here in the ancient Italian tarot, is on the table, we're talking about the kind of public expression of spiritual matters, moral matters, ethical matters. So we've got a really strong duo here of kind of regulatory forces. Can I put it that way? This one's focusing on the legal, this one's focusing on the moral, and these are both qualities that express themselves in the public domain. So it looks to me like there's something going on in a group situation. And what I'm seeing here for September is that there might be an over focus on this kind of regulatory system, the legal side of things, and the kind of very simple sense of something being okay and something being not okay, something being decent behaviour and something not being decent behaviour, something being the following of a rule or the transgression of a rule. And what we're not seeing here is the spiritual side of it. And there is something in this spiritual regulatory system of the Hierophant here that can be brought to bear on this, on judgment. You know, we're not talking about lawyers and courts. It feels like lawyers and courts, okay? Perhaps even in the emotional domain of lawyers and courts. But what it is actually is a sort of deeper moral matter. And there's further to go. But I think there is resolution here. The fact that all three cards here, especially Judgment, it wouldn't make much difference really if these two were in the reverse, because there are still issues here for you, Aries, about right and wrong, rules, the following thereof and the breaking thereof. And as I say, I do think this is a group matter rather than an individual matter. So it wouldn't make much difference if these are upright or in the reverse, but the fact that Judgment is in the upright shows me that a resolution, a reckoning of whatever this situation is possible this month. And what you could do to help move that through is to, I'm just going to come out and say this, less of the high horse. There's a kind of a bit of a potential for being seen as being on your high horse here in Judgment in the upright, sorry, Justice in the upright. This is a wider matter. It's not just about you. Nobody is always right and always wrong, okay? Nobody. There are always kind of finer grade filtrations of right and wrong to take place. And in every single case, everybody, absolutely everybody, no matter what they do, is trying to feel okay or trying to feel better. That's it. That is the only basic root motivation for anybody's reason to do anything. And all our ideas about what constitutes being okay and feeling better and things being all right are different. They're different. And you can look at somebody else's actions and think, what a horrible thing to do, what a stupid thing to do, what a selfish thing to do, what a nasty thing to do, what are this, what are that, what are the other thing to do. But really, in reality, that person and their actions that you're viewing from outside of their experience are only and always being carried out in order for them to feel better in whatever situation they find themselves. It's very hard to accept that. It's very hard to wrap our heads around that and to sort of expand into that space. But that is the one of the cornerstones of compassion and understanding and loving kindness towards other people. Speaking as a Buddhist, it's extremely difficult to do. Extremely difficult to do, believe you me. I mean, I've been practicing every day for over 10 years and I still have to go back to the cushion and chant the great Buddhist mantra of compassion, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And yeah, now with a decade plus practice, daily practice under my belt, you know, if something happens that riles me up, if the actions of somebody else rile me up and make me angry, make me defensive, or all the rest of it, I really, really do try to get a grip of myself rather than kind of going down the rabbit hole of judgment on others. And here it is, rather than going down that rabbit hole, I will take myself off, go to the cushion and chant Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times to try to clear my own judgment and anger about somebody else's actions. So there's a really powerful message here on the table about expanding your thinking around how you perceive the actions and motivations of others. And what this does, if we can do it, is really smooth the path through this process towards resolution, which would be card 21, the world. Okay, so keep your thinking wide if you can. Nobody is right all the time. Nobody is wrong all the time. We are all just trying to feel better. Okay, lecture over, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, it's not easy to do this expanding of one's thinking, to incorporate the fact that people who act like absolute rotters are simply trying to protect their own well-being. It's really, really difficult to expand your horizons around that. And so good luck with that. Right, thank you so much for watching, Aries. Have a wonderful month. Bye-bye.